أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الكريم سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تبع بهداه إلى يوم الدين اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my brothers and sisters in Islam. Today, as we know, today is Thursday, and the plans or the schedule for today is recitation of the Holy Qur'an. But before we begin, I would like to talk briefly on the importance of the Qur'an and how the Prophet ﷺ has or have encouraged us to recite the Quran and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If we remember, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala began the revelation of the book or the commandment of his to the Prophet by a very, very important statement which talks about knowledge. And that is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in accordance to the narration or the history of Islam, Allah began revelation by sending angel Jibril rahimahullah Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent angel Jibril alayhi salam to the Prophet ﷺ, revealing the first portion of the revelation, which is Surah Al-Alaq, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق خلق الإنسان من علق اقرأ وربك الأكرم الذي علم بالقلم علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم. So this portion, if we notice the first verse of Surah Al-Alaq, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Iqra, recite. Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. Recite in the name of your Lord who created. خلق الإنسان من علق إلى آخر الآية, to the end of the portion. And in the hadith, authentic hadith or narrations of the Prophet ﷺ, there are lots of places, for example, where the Prophet ﷺ says what? من قرأ حرفا فَلَهُ أَشَرَ أَمْثَالِهَا. Whosoever recites one verse, he has 10 times of its reward. Meaning, the Prophet ﷺ says, لا أقول ألف لام ميم حرفا ولكن ألف حرفا ولام حرفا وميم حرفا. Yani, I did not say when you recite alif lam mim, it is one harf, yani letter. But I meant when you recite alif, it means one letter, which is times 10, which is 10. Lam, which is times 10, which is another 10, which is 20. Then mimun, which is another 10, which makes it 30. Alif, lam, mim, meaning you are getting 30 rewards for just pronouncing these three letters. So this is one of the importance. As a Muslim, you see, on the day of Qiyamah, it is said that there are some group of servants that when they are brought forth Allah, what they meet, they never expected it. They feel overwhelmed because of what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has rewarded them with. These are some of the aspects that makes us compile or build more of rewards from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The more you recite, the more reward you get. So inshallah, today we will begin. And inshallah, I would like us to go by juz'un, yani juz'un, one juz after another. But we are not going to start from the immediate Surah Al-Baqarah. My plan is, inshallah, today we'll be reciting Surah Al-Fatiha. Then in the subsequent days, we'll move down to Juz'u Amma. Then we move from Amma down to Surah Al-Nas. And inshallah, we hope that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make us steadfast. Now, please, I would try to please listen to this, and when you have questions, you try to ask. Then, if possible, please always be with your Quran whenever you want to listen to this. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. We are starting. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. In another way, you can say, أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. Why do we normally start with these words or wordings? It's because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have commanded us فإذا قرأت القرآن فاستعذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Whenever you want to recite the Quran, you should seek protection from a shaitan, because a shaitan can affect your recitation, can make you recite what is not. That is why some scholars believe that anything you want to do and you did not begin with the name of Allah, that thing will not be done properly, will not be done the way it should be. So inshallah we continue. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. If you look at my mouth, the wording of isti'adha that is not indicated in the Quran, but inshallah, probably in the next class we'll create a board where we have it written and the explanation we made. The first letter is Hamza, which makes us and when you are reciting Hamza or pronouncing Hamza, you have to make your mouth widely open. Not